So it's been a bit since I filmed a video. We're gonna jump in. We're gonna jump in with crazy hair. It's darker because Halloween and Emily. I had a lot to show. There's a shit ton to haul. There's finishes, there's whips. And you know what? I'm hoping that you need an outlet like I need an outlet right now for anxiety, a place to find your calm. So this is it, guys. This piece, we're going all the way back to the end of sampler September, and it's November. It's November 3rd. So the last thing that I've got progress on you haven't seen, and this poor chart has been in this bag. This is Anna Emptage by Milady's Needle. This is a piece of linen. I'm doing this on a 36 count. This is a piece that I have dyed myself. I am doing the conversion myself. I cut the fabric because I made it all the way over to this side. I was really worried in the last video that this piece of fabric wasn't going to be big enough. I was wrong. I do this every time I stitch on it. It's going to come down to just where it's supposed to, which is down here. So, da 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 da. You gotta love it when I'm like, that's as far as I'm going. Threads are hanging, Emily's done. So that's where I got on that. I want to say the last time I showed this, I held it up to the camera and I was just talking about it and I was just showing it. It was backwards. It's fine. That can go back up to my sewing room upstairs. The next piece that I worked on is Needlework Press, Sarah Stewart Hardman. This was also the end of September. My neighbors are doing yard work. This is on a piece of 36 count color and cotton. It's a special edition. I also cut this fabric down because I've got the border all the way around. This border, if you're doing this, just make sure you double check the corners and the curves next to the corners. This line right here in the bottom left is different than all the other lines. I was sure I had made a mistake somewhere and it was going to be a big deal to cut it out, but it wasn't that big of a deal. So I also started it on this bush. Didn't get a ton done, but it's fine. So yes, if you're working on that, just be aware. I'm doing that in the called for Classic Colorworks threads. One reason that it has been a while since I have been back, it's not just work anxiety, it's not just election anxiety, it has been family and health anxiety, totally unrelated to COVID, go figure. The end of September, 2 people really close to me had strokes and were sent to the ICU and had to have surgeries within like a day of each other. My best friend from high school, who is still my best friend, she unexpectedly had a stroke and had to be like life flighted into Atlanta, and she's okay now. I mean, she's still recovering because that's how strokes work, but in the grand scheme of things, hers was more minor. She did have to have surgery, but she's working on her recovery. Like, we're able to text, we're able to talk, she's doing her therapies. I had started this piece for her some time ago and just I wasn't happy with it. Then I tried to re-dye the fabric and then I felt like I just messed it up. And I've since decided that part of the reason I wasn't happy is because there was only really one part of it that I really wanted for her. This is Portuguese Bird Sampler by Barbara Anna Designs. I scrapped my first one. Itchy nose. So I'm doing it from the top of this flower to either the bottom of the verse or the bottom of this bird. Don't know. I'll figure that out when I get there and decide how I need it to be balanced. This is Tell Me Ye Knowing and Discerning Few, where I may find a friend both firm and true, who dares stand by me within deep distress, and then his, but I'll put her love and friendship most express. I love this chick. I love her. I love her. She is family. Her children called my mom and dad Nana and Papa. She's family. So, started this, and it's just beautiful. This is just DMC. This is on a piece of Seraphim Fabrics Old Stationery. It's a really plain fabric. When you look at it, you're like, is that mottled? That's a little mottled. Is it? Is it not? It is, but it lets the threads shine. And with something that has colors that pop like this one, as we all know, Barbara Anna Designs, she can do some color. And she can put some weird colors together. And they just work. So I'm working on that for my friend Becca, because I love her. And I even put some bling on here. These are all the DMC threads. I remember I first started this, and Lily Felix and I were talking about it at the New Jersey retreat, because her family is Portuguese. So we were talking about all of the nuances and design elements of this, and it feels like the right bag. My brother-in-law, my sister's husband, also had a stroke, and his was much more severe. He actually had 2 strokes. He's not doing well. He's out of ICU. They've transferred him from the local hospital to a specialized hospital in Atlanta, where they're working on his rehabilitation. He was in ICU for a month. So we cross our fingers, and we hope that he is able to come out of a comatose state. He's in there because he will react through a hand motion or a facial expression. But anyway, that's what this hospital specializes in, is bringing people back from that. Dark October. The first thing I worked on is a piece that I really love and I would really love to finish, and that is Gold Tide Welcome by Plum Street Samplers. And I'm doing this mostly in the called for DMC. There's a color here and there that I'm tweaking. This is really poor copy. It's a color here and there that I'm tweaking. And I'm doing this on a piece of Under the Sea Fabrics, hand dyed by Stephanie. Whichever one does Properly Primitive, I'm pretty sure it's Leslie. I think it's Leslie from Under the Sea Fabrics does Properly Primitive. Don't hate me, Leslie. I'm working my way through that house, guys. And I did all of the house that first week in October. It's a lot of stitches. It's a lot of stitches. But you know what? When you've got chaos in your life, basically some fill-in, some good comfort stitching. some good comfort stitching. Brief pause. Had a husband come in the front door. The next thing that I worked on for Dark October was I started Witchy Poo by Teresa Kogut. This is a really fun and cute design. I think that she's great. I did her in the called for threads on a piece of 36 count Legacy, and I finished her. She's so cute. She did not get FFO'd, unfortunately. I really wanted to turn her into a cute little pillow. Didn't happen. So she goes on the stack. I had another finish during Dark October, and that is Witch's Garden Sampler by Not Forgotten Farm. I did this in a variety of overdyed threads that I chose myself. It calls for DMC. I just pulled what I had in stash and just had fun with it. And I not only finished it, I got it framed. So this is Witch's Garden Sampler by Not Forgotten Farm on a 32 count Pictures Plus Rin. Sorry for the glare of the ring light. It really, okay, let's see if we can't. It just, I'm happy with it. It's really nice. Not only did I finish that, but I also finished Jack's Bash by Plum Street Samplers. I do not have it to show you because it's at the framers. I dropped it off when I picked that up, so super happy with that too. I stitched that in the called for threads on a piece of 32 count Picture This Plus Carnival that I overdyed ever so briefly, ever so slightly with some tan red. I also bought some shit. It's been that kind of month. And some of this is stuff that I ordered last month that just now came in. One that I'm most excited about, it got a little creased, which makes me sad, is the Mary Argent Sampler. This is an exclusive from Country Sampler, and you can order the kit from them. And of course, because it's from Country Sampler, it comes beautiful. This is the 36 count linen. I think that this is Weeks Dye Works Straw, the Zweigart base. They are using the Zweigart base. I also got my Schoolgirl Sampler Christmas kit from Country Sampler. Everybody showed this already. I'm telling you, I bought this because of Nicole. Not only is it really cool, but seeing hers, I have a old chart on its way out to Michelle, Cozy Egg, and I am not as good at getting stuff in the mail as she is, obviously, because she got what we were trading, kind of, to me. This is the Anniversaries of the Heart set by Blackbird Designs. Olivia from Pumpkin Hollow Quilts has been killing this chart this year, and really makes me want to do it. And then there's a whole bunch of other stuff, so let's just dive in there too. We've got Scarlet House, Button-Eyed Cat. It is what it is. Stacy Nash Primitives, Haunted Stitches Needlebook. I don't think I would put the face on that pumpkin. It's a little weird. Or I would make it a more traditional jack-o'-lantern face rather than it looks like it's really alive. It's a little creepy. Not the good creepy. I was on a real Stacy Nash kick. Decided that I loved her stuff, which I already knew, but needed everything. This is the Silent Night Pin Keep and Ornament. I really think that I'll start this Christmas or in December. I found that one when I went on the hunt for this one, which I saw in one of Brenda and Laura's old videos. This is Scarlet House, A Peaceful Gathering. I think Brenda had finished this, and I was like, well, I need that. It's shameful, but I don't care. Lottie Da Harvest House. I've also decided that I need more long, skinny pieces. You know, those frames that can go over doorways or kind of fit in those little places on your wall that you need things to fit. This is just weird and I needed it. Are they cats? Are they rats? It says broom riders. I think they're cats, but I kind of like to think of them as giant 2020 plague rats, although no, it wasn't the Black Plague. It's not rats that are causing this, but this is an old blackbird that I would probably darken the colors on, but I do really like it. I like the simple yet complex border. This is Bluebird's Message. It's an eBay find. Birds of a Feather, the Soweth Sampler, Whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap. This is for Halloween next year, planning ahead. You know, maybe I need to throw one of these in once a month and have these ready. We'll see. This one I had never seen. Buttons Black by Plum Street Samplers. Hiss and clack, brew is brack, pointed boots with buttons black. Cute, 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 cute. One of the Reward of Merit pincushions by Blackbird Designs. This is Bird in Hand. It's a little tiny cute one. I love how dainty these charts are. Like when you see them, you don't realize they're this cute and dainty. Stacy Nash Primitives, Little Redwork Pin Keep. Also, what you don't see when you see this online is, oh, it's like two patterns because you stitch the front and the back. So you get both of these. Yeah, it's pretty great. I wanted to get this before I couldn't get it anymore. Birds of a Feather Alphabet Sampler. Really like this. Abby Bella stitched this, and I've liked it ever since. This was there when I bought it. If it's not anymore, I apologize. I bought this in the clearance section of 123 Stitch. This is the Liddy Rhodes Sampler 1814. This was like $7. I also really liked how primitive it was. It says, when I am in my grave and all my bones are rotten, R-O-T-E-N. When this you see, remember me. It's words are chopped up and off center and misspelled. It's very primitive, but it's pretty awesome. Lottie Da, give her of the fruit of her hands. I would probably chop off the bottom words. I just really liked that top image. And the fruit of her hands, I like that. Threadwork Primitives, Never Fading. Another nice little sampler. This I had not seen. I found this on eBay. This is a Stacy Nash Merry Halloween, A Book of Pin Keeps by Stacy Nash. And there's 4 pin keeps in here. It's got this vellum cover. There's this one. Try not to show you. There's this one. This one, which is my favorite. I think there's one more. Yes, the old black boot. Love it. Stacy Nash Primrose Farm Sewing Basket and Heart Pin Keep. I would probably not stitch this as a sewing basket. I would probably just stitch it as a long skinny piece, even if it was pillow or framed. Love the black horse. Speaking of black horses, the Stacy Nash Black Horse Pin Keep. Stacy Nash. Can you guys notice something? Good Stitching Witch Pin Keep. Spell of the Moon. Another little cute Reward of Merit. This one is getting harder to find. I actually ordered this from Sassy Jacks. My order was canceled because they couldn't get it. And I had to find this on eBay. This is Thistles, Little Cabin in the Pines. It feels Christmassy to me. Pineberry Lane, October 31st. These are both by the Woolly U. I got these off Etsy. This is October 31st and Jolly Jack. This is one where when it first came out, it was released in monthly installments. You could buy it by the month, and it ended up being really expensive. You can get it now. I think I paid $13 on eBay, but I think it's $16 retail. This is Another Year Creeps By, and it's like creepy little things. It's great. I want to say Katie stitched this on this orange fabric, and that's when I was like, need that. Another little cute Reward of Merit. This is the Gathering Basket. Stacy Nash Blackwork Pin Keep. Really into pin keeps this month. I liked the idea of just stuff I could knock out and really feel like I was accomplishing something with my life. Loretta Geist, 1830, from Not Forgotten Farm. I really liked this. I like the One Dark Window. This is an old one. This is a motif sampler. I want to say this is Leisure Arts. Maybe not. Changed some colors on that, and it's amazing. Kelly's making me do this with her. This is the Scarlet House, Mary Lindley, 1829. Kelly, I'm not doing the pink, honey. I'm going to be changing some colors, but I'm right there with you. This is Plum Street Samplers Thistle Pocket. This was an exclusive design for a colonial gathering in 2017. Found this on eBay. This is the kit. Comes with the backing fabric, the threads, the linen. How cute is that? We'll probably change the pink to a purple. Emily doesn't do pink. Scattered Seed Samplers, Sweet Sentiments. This is one I've wanted for a while. Not Forgotten Farm, Spring Farmhouse. A lot of Not Forgotten Farm here all of a sudden. Not Forgotten Farm, Eliza Phelps. It's a fun one. Not Forgotten Farm, Kind Words. Kind of feel like we should all stitch one of these and give it to somebody. Just thought. Not Forgotten Farm, So Inclined. It says, I would be so inclined to sleep more if it, or to stitch more if it were not for sleep. Hers are so hard to see. This is a lot like the melancholy one that I did. This I plan on starting at Christmas. This is Home Place at Christmas. This was just re-released. Look how great that is. Yeah. Olivia B., you had bought this one a while ago and made me buy it. There's No Place Like Home. Not Forgotten Farm. I think, Stephanie, Lindy Stitches, I think you're working on this one. This is Cross-Eyed Cat. Eye of Newt, Wing of Bat, 13 Whiskers from a Cross-Eyed Cat. You can't see this. Their pictures are terrible. This I got off eBay, and it arrived like this bullshit because whoever I bought it from said they would ship it with cardboard, and they shipped it with a long skinny piece of metal that this bent and wrapped around. I'm not bitter. Stacy Nash Primitives, Two Crows, Scalloped Pinkeep. I like the scallop. You should do that with anything, but A Heart and Hand for Bonnie. This works well with my tattoo. A Heart for an Old Friend, A Hand for a New Friend. This is an old chart maker's. Last but not least, this is a Cross Stitch Christmas. Megan Stitching May made me buy this for 2 charts in particular. I will find them and show you. I should have had them marked. This is Woodland Christmas by Karen Kluba. But the one that I really want to do for this coming Christmas is, this is by Nan Lewis, and this is Bright Be Thy Christmas Tide. Really like that. This is, I got this off Amazon Marketplace. This is a Cross Stitch Christmas Handmade Memories. I think it's like a Better Homes and Gardens book, but I don't see that. It says Craftways. So, I started the Sisters at First Cock's Crow with the threads. I'm doing this on a piece of XG Designs Old Linen, 36 count. Doing this in the called for threads. I just haven't put any of the orange in yet. I saw one person on my Instagram, they were like, I love your colors you're using for this. It's the same colors everybody else is using. I've just been being really dark and only doing the Onyx and Garden Gate. That will look like that. A couple of project bags. This is Vintage Owl Lady. I'm telling you guys, it's been a month and a half. This is from the Stitching You. I bought this because this was the old Blackbird Designs fabric. I couldn't not. I don't have anything in it yet. I've got to decide what to put in this. Oh, I also got these. It's been a problem. These are the Fragments in Time 2018 by Summerhouse Stitchworks. It's like a set of 12 cards. I grabbed a few of the threads for those. I kitted up this to start. This is Autumn Alphabet. I think I showed this before, but Megan gave me this bag, this awesome bag, which I put it in, and I went ahead and got the paddle board from Homestead Needleworks with an E, and they have an Etsy shop. I know a lot of people have showed this, but it's very reasonably priced. It's already painted and stained, and it's made exactly so this can go on here. Guys, other than a few pieces of fabric, I think that's it. I also bought a little bit of fabric. Some Lakeside, some Seraphim bee's knees. This is from Nancy Turner. And guys, I'm glutton for punishment. This is the piece that I ordered from Silkweaver that never came, and I like had to harass them, and I pretty much accused them of never taking it to the post office, and then they always argue with me that it's the post office's fault. But is it really the post office's fault every time? And if you have that much issues with the United States Postal Service, like if they're that crappy in your area, use somebody else. There's FedEx, there's UPS. But I'm glutton for punishment because it's freaking beautiful. On that note, goodbye. I am going to return to the rest of my day, and I hope that you have a nice, relaxing evening or day or whenever you watch this. And hopefully I'll be back sooner rather than later next time, and you'll get to see my framed Jack Bash.